In Puss in Boots, we fluctuate from comedy to drama quite organically. The movie is about a cat who's on his 9th life. Deep down, it's about someone who has one life and they're figuring out how to live that life.
In the beginning of the process, Julian and I came on the film, and we worked with the filmmakers at that point, developing sounds.
Jay and Julian were so fun to work with and open to all our stupid, goofy ideas. Like, just embraced us very quickly, and we're actually excited.
My job is to give a director, at the very least, everything that they've got in their mind. If people are thinking about the soundscape, Puss in Boots is such a surprising movie.
We bring as much originality to this movie as possible. So everything that is happening on the screen, everything that you hear was specifically created for this movie. You can go from something that's musical and maybe not any sound design, and then we'll do a quick shift so there's no music and now only sound design. Or maybe we do a quick shift so there's nothing, and maybe there's no sound, maybe a little bit of breathing, maybe a little bit of dialogue. It's about, okay, what's important? What do you really want to focus on here? Is it the sword? Is it the heartbeat? Is it a super sweet moment between him and another character? The wolf whistle was one of those thematic elements where you hear it and you know that he's close.
In those certain scenes where we did play with the whistle kind of in an atmosphere, right? Kind of traversing
going
space.
around the room. When he hears it, it's first just like, where's it coming from?
Yeah, which I think that contributes to the audience going, oh crap, it's present, but where is it? And that's the creepiest thing. Not until we land on Puss's face, when the camera wraps around and we see the wolf behind him, is the sound right there in the center. And so you're on his back, so as an audience, you're seeing the back of the character and you're hearing the sound that you can't pin down where it's coming from. And I think that fills him with terror. Somebody was saying, every time that wolf whistle came, the hair on my arms would stand up.
When Julian and Jay got involved, you know, they jumped right in.
Just their experience in balancing the mix, where we always end up with our philosophy of less is actually more. We arrive at the answer.
There's a very valuable lesson in not using sound as much as using sound, going quiet as much as going loud. That is kind of one of the arts of working with animation. As an example, there's a moment in the battle scene when Puss is knocked sideways from an exploding unicorn. For a moment, we go very full on surround, and then we kind of pull the environment down and then almost make it mono. And that's the kind of thing that it's like another tool in our palette to use. We went from stereo to 5.1, which was, 3 speakers at the front, 2 at the back in the sub. Then we went to 7.1. Now we have this thing called DTS, which is essentially, we've got the palette of full surround and we can point the sounds anywhere in the theatre that we want to. So I'm a great fan of trying to narrow things down and play things intimately and maybe at the front of the screen, towing things in, and then blooming it out into the surrounds and in the heights and, and vice versa. That's the fun part of using the immersive technology, is using it to contrast against non-immersive.
What's cool about any kind of advancement of technology is it expands your toolbox of what you can use to tell the story. Like, you can see it in the look of this movie. Every frame of it looks like it's like a painting, like you're in a fairy tale painting. The same is done with the sound. So it expands our vocabulary to tell the story more specifically.
I hope that it sonically is as independent and unique as the visuals are.
We have a lot of fun working on these, and we are kind of like a big family. That feeling that we have making the movie, I hope people have that feeling watching the movie.